Hey, welcome to BSP TV. In fact, we're going to call this show 5 Points in 5 Minutes. I've got Tony Meredith.
5.
5.
Hello, mate.
Hey, Tony, how are you going?
Kevin, I'm doing great, mate. How are you?
I'm doing sensationally today. Love kicking off new things, and that's what we're doing today. So 5 points, 5 minutes. We want to find out this. We want to help people improve their sales success, yeah?
100%. Absolutely.
That's at the heart of Tony Meredith coaching. Today, this show actually came up as a result of a really interesting conversation that we had on another webinar where we were both party, and you threw out a line that to me sounded like something I'd heard in the 80s. And it's almost embarrassing to admit that I was around then and in meetings, but I was. And I went, hey, is that still true? So what was the line that you threw out?
So the line is around follow-up, and the line is that 80% of sales happens on or after the 5th point of contact, but yet only 8% of businesses actually get there. And so we were debating publicly in this other forum around, you were calling me on the stat, and look, whilst maybe you're right, maybe you're not. And for me,
I wasn't making a judgment call.
No, I understand. Yeah,
I'm just really tired. I'm just really tired of people touting out statistics from the 1960s and still pretending that they're valid today, like the 90% of businesses fail in the first 12 months. Completely not true. But we do only have 5 minutes, so we won't worry about that mission. We'll actually talk about improving your sales success and how to be more successful. And it's really around this follow-up. And it's not a quick email isn't going to cut it, is it?
No, it's not. No. And the first thing you've got to do is, firstly, you've got to look beyond the fear. A lot of people have a fear of calling someone up. It might be a fear of rejection, a fear of being criticized by someone else. You've got to look beyond the fear and look towards your goal. What's your goal for your business? If you've got a business goal of turning over 100K per annum, then in order to get to that goal, you've got to make this phone call. You've got to do the thing that's in front of you. So you've got to look beyond that thing that's haunting us.
And in fact, you should actually know how many phone calls. You've got to know how many sales you've got to make. And that From that, extrapolate how many phone calls you need to make. And that's how you can get to how many calls you need to make a day. But we'll get to that part another day. So it's looking beyond this current task of making a phone call. And actually, somebody asked me once, how do I get better at doing video shows? And I said, well, after the first 100, it's a little bit easier. I hate my first 100 of these, but
you have to do. You just have to do. You have to pick up the phone and you just have to call. If you want to do video, just do it. It's about overcoming the fear. And there's a reason that this happens, and it's all around the psychology of danger. Your mind thinks you're in danger, but you're not in danger by making a phone call. But yet we've conjured up this image over many, many years, and hence we get all worked up over it. But the way to do it is to constantly push through your fears.
Strategic desensitization, some people call that, but yeah, okay. So two. We used to just call it practice, but it's a technical term.
Very technical.
So two, we have to appreciate. What do we got to appreciate?
What we've got to appreciate is that success happens when you actually have a human interaction. When you reach out and you speak to a human, then you increase the likelihood of success. Yeah, you can do emails, yes, you can do all sorts of stuff on social, but actually a one-on-one conversation with someone can increase the success significantly.
Absolutely. I didn't feel very much interaction last time. I deleted an email. So point 3.
Well, point 3 is that not everyone is ready to buy right now. So even if you have an interaction with someone, they may not be ready. They may have asked for you to speak to them, but they may simply be wanting to gather some more info, right? So they mightn't be ready. And you have to acknowledge that maybe 5, maybe 10% of people right now are ready to buy. That means that 90 to 95% are not. So if you only have one phone call, then you're never going to get in touch with the 95, right? And so it's about what are the things that you can do.
But even if people are ready to buy now, a lot of people need to look at a few different choices. So that first phone call, you might be the first person they've called. So even though you've done the right thing, you've kicked off the first phone call and they're absolutely very genuinely ready to buy, that first phone call probably still has a very high likelihood of still not being enough, hey?
Correct, and so take, for example, me. I'm a business coach specializing in sales, and so someone may contact me, but they might go on and contact 5 or 6 others before they make their mind up, and that's perfectly okay, right? But the reality is that we, as business owners, need to recognize that. We need to recognize that someone could be going through that particular process.
And so then the fourth point is that we need to do what?
We need to research. We recognise that they're going to research. Sorry, and we need to recognise that we're going to be top of mind. Sorry, not going on scripts, Kevin. So we need to recognise that that we've got to be top of mind, right? And the reality is that so you make a phone call today, and what happens is someone else makes a phone call, and someone else, and then your phone call now starts to come down here. You've got to constantly be top of mind, and this might be weekly, fortnightly, monthly, but you've got to keep doing it. If you just do it once in a busy, noisy world, then your interaction is going to just go right down to the bottom of the list. And so in the future, when they're ready to purchase, perhaps they've forgotten about you because you haven't followed up with them.
Yep, it's all about primacy and recency. Who we spoke to first and who we spoke to last. And if you were second, third, or fourth on that list of 5, unfortunately, you're not going to be either of those if you don't make a secondary call. So the 5th point was
never give up. Keep going, keep going. So I have an acronym for my clients, which is CAPE, C-A-P-E, which is consistent and persistent effort. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, because the call that you make could be the one. In fact, I had a coaching call with someone this morning. It's like the next call could be the one. It could be. If you play that game with yourself, then it's this next call could be the one. Then you want to keep making more and more calls because you know with anticipation that this could be it. So you've got to keep going.
Absolutely. Look, thanks very much for spending 5 points in 5 minutes. We haven't quite made the 5 minutes, but we were bloody close. So the first point was look beyond the task and reconnect to your goal. Appreciate that success is accelerated with human connection. 3, the very few prospects are ready right now, and even those that are, they may still be in the research phase, so you've got to stay top of mind, which was point number 4. And point number 5, keep calling so that you will be that top of mind. You will be there when they're ready to make a decision. Keep calling till they say yes or they say stop, either or. Tony Meredith Coaching, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Kevin. Thank you. Bye.